giving me the my Sochieng, and I am a kids grassroots football coach in Rusinga Island. Currently, I am working with 154 children from my community, 45 of whom are girls between the ages of 8 to 15 years old. I use football as a tool to ensure that kids in my community get an opportunity to structure football daily training as from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And I use these sessions to help them build confidence, teach them discipline, and as well teach them life skills that they can use to grow beyond the game. And that's something that I'm very passionate about. And in this forum, I wish to learn from those who are also here and to engage with respect to SDG 17. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Festes, and you're welcome once again. Mr. Rex, could you go next, please?
Thank you, Ms. Ralia. My name is Rex Obaga Galana. Currently, I'm a medical student at the University of Nairobi, and also I'm a gender-based violence ambassador, which I work hand in hand with a Moth organization. Also, I'm a mental health advocate, which I work hand in hand with a group called We Are One. That's a mental health group. And also I'm a youth mentorship. I also do empower young youths from my University of Nairobi, plus also do mentorship in high schools. And I'm glad to be the guest of today, so that we can talk one on about SDG 17. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good to know that we also have a student amongst us who is a youth champion, as well as a mental health advocate, as well as a GBV ambassador. Thank you very much, and you're welcome once again. Ambassador Ruby, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm delighted to be here. My work stands in ensuring that we deliver sustainable development goals in our community, starting both at grassroots level, youth forums, and international forums.
Thank you very much, Ms. Ruby. I've lost you somewhere, but I believe what she said is she's an SDG champion both at a community and international spaces, where she encourages youth in different arenas as well as different organizations and agencies when it comes to youth development and empowerment. So thank you very much, Ms. Ruby. At this juncture, I think I'll highlight maybe something on our SDG of the month. Just to give a brief when it comes to the UN report on the SDG of the month is that global partnership still remains the foundational pillar for the Sustainable Development Goals, because it is one of the SDGs that cuts across all the other SDGs. Nobody can facilitate one SDG on its own to success without collaborating and being part and parcel of other organization, agencies, or stakeholders that needs to be involved. Yet, interlinked with crises like threats of peace and security and other climate emergencies, they are undermining issues and even reversing decades of developmental gains. That's why up to the year 2025, we realized that fulfillment of SDGs is at 18%. So we still have a lot to go, despite the fact that the years are elapsing. While progress in things like global health, connectivity demonstrate power of coordinated action, a staggering gap of $4 trillion US annual financing gap still remains. Strengthening global cooperation is essential to ensure the promise to leave no one behind remains within reach. This is actually enabled or enhanced by things like internet usage surge that we are currently experiencing. While 70% of people might be connected, we still have around 30% who are in this gap. They also have that, more than 30%, actually, 33% of the world are still offline. Here today with Ordinary Voice, we'll try during this discussion, figure out how we can do improvement and what we are currently involved in order to bridge these gaps and add on to the fulfillment of these SDGs among the rest of SDGs. Just to indulge all of you in this discussion, I'll lead by asking a question, and any one of you can come on the mic and answer. And I'll be picking those who are on the video because I'll be seeing you. So my first question will be, why are partnership essential for achieving all other SDGs? And what happens when countries or organizations fail to collaborate? Maybe in your own opinion, as a student, as a football coach, as an ambassador, tell us what's your thought.
Raila, can I go?
Yes, sure.
I think what is really important with Goal 17 is the importance of ensuring that collaboration is key. Without collaboration, I think SDG 17 cannot be fulfilled. SDG 17 needs to ensure that we work together to ensure we bring not only development, but also ensure that countries are working together, whether it is the global south, whether it is the north, whether it is the east, ensuring that we bring development to our countries, to our communities, as well as using youth and youth voices to raise concern and how we can advise government to ensure that they make policies that benefit not only the country, but also youth programs at local level, at international level to drive sustainable development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Ruby. Let's appreciate her. There's something that she brought out really clearly where she said collaboration is key. One cannot do things alone, and when you do it together, development is actually seen and comes out, whether it is regional based, like Global South, or country based, community based. At the center of it should be collaboration, because nothing happens without different stakeholders coming together to bring about development. Thank you very much, Ambassador Ruby. Anybody else who wants to add something on the same? Why is it important? And in case maybe organization or countries fail to collaborate, what happens? What are the challenges that may arise in case we lack that essence of collaboration and partnership? Maybe anybody who wants to add to that part of the question?
Can I go ahead?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. Collaboration is very important because when we come together, we do great things. Unlike if you're doing it for yourself or without collaboration, it's difficult. And I think just to add on that, as a football coach, I realized that the kids I work with, the children I work with, they also have voices that need to be heard. And most of the time, you realize that such platforms where the kids or the youth can get an opportunity to share from their own experiences. It's not easy because you realize most of the decisions are just made in the boardrooms and the offices, but on the ground, at the grassroots, they lack that opportunity to express for themselves what they so much desire or what they would like to happen at the grassroots level. So I realized that we need to work together, but still yet we need to come to the grassroots and engage this younger generation so that they can as well as share with us what their opinion is. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Festus. He also brought out clearly that when this lacks, there is that essential lack of having not collective voices and collectiveness when it comes to matters that bring about more effects. So thank you very much for that. Mr. Rex, would you like to add something? Why is collaboration
What I can say
essential?
about what I can say about the partnership, that why are they essential to achieve all these SDGs? First of all, this partnership and collaboration brings connect resources, knowledge, and also they pull together all these resources like money and skill and infrastructure, just to bring to enable us share knowledge, share technology, because I've realized that all these tackles are interconnected problems in our communities, and so partnering with donors or with investors, it can it can short scale these gaps and bring those different sectors together to solve a common problem which we encounter in most of the communities and also in other countries, most of the developing countries. Yeah. So it really strengthens the capacity of solving the interconnected problems among the developing countries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rex. There's something that he really brought about when he talked about the interconnection of our problems. I want to give an example of that. When we face challenges such as poverty, other interconnected issues such as lack of quality education, quality healthcare, is as a result of one, because one problem interconnects with another and we face some sort of compounded problem. So he really puts out that collaborations results in things like pooling resources or connecting resources to which enhance
I'm not sure. Are you guys able to hear earlier?
I can't hear her as well.
Okay. She was explaining a bit about partnership and how it brings resources together to support us in terms of achieving the goals that we all aim for. So I see your hand is up, Ambassador. Did you want to add something?
Yes, I also wanted to add that it is very important that we also know that the Sustainable Development Goals, yes, it's number 17, but it has almost 19 targets and 25 indicators that allows us to see and also work together in ensuring that we drive sustainable development, which only ensures it's like a roadmap. It gives us a roadmap on how we will meet these targets. Of course, resource mobilization is one of them. And of course, multilateralism is very, very important to ensure that we drive development, because without mobilizing resources, we cannot develop. So I wanted to add that. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that is very, very interesting. And I'm just looking around the room to see who else want to contribute towards additional points that you have shared, either Festus or Mr. X. I know there is another question coming, but who else want to contribute towards that question? Just anything that pops in mind. I'm curious on that. So who else wants to add something? Because again, just like Ralia did highlight, you cannot achieve these things alone. you need really, really good partnership to get to where you want to get. So who else wants to add something before we get to the next question?
Also, I can add something.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. Through our partnership and collaboration, it usually promotes a transparency and also monitoring, because once you partner let me say an example of a partnership between a government and the NGOs. So it will bring this partnership will bring the monitoring of ensuring progress of accurate data, or certain task was pertain or partake for a certain project. So the monitoring, it also improve the accountability and data sharing from through the government, and also through the organization, which they share the common goal and common perspective. Thank you.
Okay, I think you guys have highlighted some critical points, but now we want to get onto this one. This for me looks really, really interesting. If you guys see what I mean, what type of partnerships have you seen, or you yourself have been involved in your community, that has led to some real impact that you can share with the world or those who will watch this? What are these partnerships? It can be either in the government or in your community organization or you as ambassadors. What are some of these types of partnerships? So if each of us can say take 2 minutes to explain each, that can be really, really good. So take the mic and just jump right in. First, as I see you are smiling, so we come to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Just to add on what Ambassador Ruby has said, resource mobilization and partnership with government entities or other NGOs. It's not easy at the grassroots level to partner with the government or other bodies because of data, just like Rex has put it down.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have data, and that data must be supported with work on the ground. And you realize that at the grassroots level, it's not easy to get these resources because we have been made to believe that the resources must come from overseas, for instance. Yet we are forgetting that we can as well from the local be able to raise our own resources. And that one I think makes it difficult because we might not be having the best resources to use at the field. But then when you try to share these kind of ideas with the community, then they believe that it has to come from maybe overseas or Europe, something like that. So that makes it very difficult for a grassroots coach like me to mobilize for these resources.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we can find ways of working together, maybe through the government, then it becomes easy only if that data is available. Thank you.
Right. The essence of data, like let's say, first as you highlight, really critical, and I know Ruby is shaking her head. So before I chime in and share what I want to share, Ruby, do you want to add something on what Festus just said?
Yes, no, thank you so much. I think Festus has brought something really, really critical, especially where grassroots organizations stand. Remember, they only have a voice, but their voice is important because they are on the ground with local communities and they know what is happening on the ground. So I can't come in Festus's community and say, no, Festus, maybe you need books in this community. And Festus will be like, no, but we are grassroots soccer, academy. Yes, we need books, but there's other more things that we need. So my importance is local youth organizations that are on the ground are key to giving data. And not only that, they are the ones that will give you either the solutions that are needed for that particular grassroots group, for example. Here in Zambia, I also work with other youth-led organizations in agriculture. So we work with quite a number of youths in teaching them how to make simple agriculture practices, smart agriculture, which anybody can do even in their backyards. But my point is, resource mobilization for small organizations becomes very difficult for them to implement programs and projects at a large scale because these resources don't come to them as often as they should. It's international organizations that either they meet and then they collaborate, but that money goes into the generation of something else, maybe into a girls' training, into sports, for example, in Festus's case, and yet he still needs more. He needs the implementation, he needs the infrastructure to ensure that this is an ongoing process. That is why mobilization is key. And just to make mention, you did ask to say, what have you done at a local level, international level? For us, we work with a lot of youths at national level. And I must take pride that we did host the first ever youth climate organization here in Zambia with partnership with COMESA. So it is such partnerships that allows us to have opportunity to speak to stakeholders and give them our side of the story so that they can help us implement. It is very difficult for advocates to really have the financial muscle to make a project have a valuable impact on the ground without resources. So that is why political leaders, councillors in your country, members of parliament are key so that you take these problems to them and say, okay, these are the problems on the ground. For example, how can we ensure that people back home or in our communities are able to benefit? And we are talking about sustainable development goals. One thing that I've also seen as a lack of implementation where SDGs are concerned is interpreting these SDGs through local languages. And it's becoming a challenge because most people think SDGs are only at international level forums, in the city where people can discuss. But remember that we're saying nobody should be left behind. Even people in the rural areas should not be left behind. But how do we ensure that we interpret SDG goals so that individuals in rural areas can understand, so that we say we are leaving nobody behind? So I thought I'd add that. Thank you.
All right. Ralia is back, but Rex, dive right in before Ralia takes over again and take us to the sky. So over to you, Rex.
Thank you very much. Okay. Concerning the partnerships. Actually, recently I'm happy seeing youth groups being formed in my country, especially Kenya, Nairobi. There are so many small. We call them the grassroots organizations. Yeah, mostly. And youths are becoming so informed on these. So they form groups which they partner with NGOs or partner with political leaders who have influence. All in all is just to attain a training skill or get a connection with digital jobs, and also in entrepreneurship programs like selling mitumbas, and this is all brought with this partnership with NGOs, with private sectors, which build youths and especially brings employment. And also partnership with NGOs and grassroots. I've seen that more there are initiatives which are built or should I call them advocacy, where people stand and and stand still and oppose against early circumcision, early pregnancy, and all these are sponsored with the government and also NGOs which are brought in, which you interact in our community. The other thing also, international partnership with the locals. For me, I can say those international bodies or organizations which came to our university, they were able to share ideas and also made us see things that we can participate in United Nations talks, which as the youth we can impact and participate in policy making. It's not for us, but it's for everyone. That's why this partnership and collaboration has really brought an positive impact to most of the youths and the grassroots organization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rex. That's wonderfully put. There's something he mentioned, and I believe I am with it when it comes to youth being enlightened in a way that they do know the power of collaboration and what comes out of it. They collaborate with individuals, organizations, government agencies, and so on and so forth, just to learn when it comes to them learning and uptaking skills that can be used for them to fight menaces in our own society. Maybe just to air that, Mr. Rex is an ambassador of GBV trained by a certain organization that he is now fully capacitated when it comes to fighting gender-based violence in our society. So the enlightenment when it comes to the actual knowing that collaboration is key, and through collaboration you might get even skills and knowledge that is beneficial to you and to your society, is something that youth has really uptaken when it comes to Kenya as a nation. So thank you very much for bringing out to light. I'm not sure what you are tackling because I was bumped out a little bit, but I want to ask something. The fact that here in this room right now, we are from different generations maybe, and we are from different backgrounds when it comes to professional levels. Maybe tell us, how can young people, specifically the youth, students, leaders, and maybe anybody can be actively involved or build or strengthen partnership in order to bring about sustainable development? Give us maybe an opinion when it comes to, from your own professional level, whichever area you are involved, like how can one best build themselves actively as a young person and bring about sustainable development from within where they are and grow outwardly?
Okay, can I please go ahead?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. I think, in my opinion, first of all, it starts with the mindset, how you see your community and what you wish could change. So individually, I have to be the one that starts to champion for change. Otherwise, if individually you're not set for such a journey, then it's not easy for you to do it. But you realize that in our communities, our leaders are elected into positions, or maybe they are appointed into positions, but then they forget about the people who they serve. And that is the most important part. As an individual, you should be ready to see that the community where you come from moves in the direction that is pleasing to you. And that change does not come easy. For instance, where I come from a lakeside region, fishing community. I try to talk to people, I try to talk to parents, I try to talk to my peers. But you find out that my peers, they do not want to listen, they do not want to serve, they do not even want to volunteer. I coach kids alone. I try to reach out to other young coaches to maybe give them insights, but they're not willing to move with me. They do not want to learn. It's not easy for a community that does not want to learn to prosper. And you realize that maybe as somebody who works with girls as well, I have little girls that I work with. And sometimes I'm faced with challenges that I cannot handle alone. I need maybe a female partner to be there to be working with me, so that they can also give me insight from a female point of view. But then you realize that you give people opportunities to maybe come and serve by maybe volunteering, but they do not want to do that because all they want to do is you pay first so that I can come and offer services. And when I pay you and I don't have that money, then we cannot build something as a community. So it is in the mindset. If we can try to change the mindset of the youth, then I think we may be headed in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Festus. There's something that really stood out for me in your answer. Attitude changes as well as individual championing should be the key when it comes to making this youth participate in collaboration, or rather coming about to participate in order to bring about sustainable development. I also have a friend who always says that unless you free your mind, you cannot participate in anything. So that's wonderfully put, and thank you very much, Mr. Rex. And Ambassador Ruby, would you like to come next?
No, thank you so much, Raila, for giving me the opportunity to speak. And I do agree with what Festus did mention. I mean, if you have no mindset, trust me, you can't make a difference. And I will talk about ordinary voices. You were asking me how youth can participate in sustainable development goals, for example. It's an ordinary voice that starts to train, starts to get information, familiarize yourself with information, learn more about SDGs. Then ordinary voices can drive global youth movement, for example, because if you don't get information, if you don't learn, if you're not interested in wanting to know what is happening, then your ordinary voice, we say your voice matters all the time. Youth voices matter. And it starts with one person ensuring that they put an accountability to, if you feel something is not right in your community, say something. If you feel there is something that you can do it. That's why we say, developing a country does not start with resources. It starts with information, people putting up their voices. Okay, we want better health services. Then you go and complain to your municipal council, say, we don't have drugs in our hospital. And then the municipal council member of parliament will address this and no, we have no drugs in this community. And the government then will bring up the whole financial policy, distribute finances for budgets, and then healthcare services and products are taken to that community. But what did you use? You used your voice. These are ordinary voices that are making impact. So start with your voice in order to ensure that you can make change. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Ruby, for that wonderful sentiments. I also agree. I can summarize that by saying she's talking about an eye of an accountability. Have the eye, figure out something that's wrong. If you can do something, do something. If you can say something, say something. Your voice is a powerful tool, and she says use that and an ordinary voice of yours. Gain some skills, educate yourself, train yourself, and use it for the good of the community and the society, and the changes. It starts with an individual and moves outward. So thank you very much. Mr. Rex, would you want to come on and add for us something?
Thank you. To add on what Ruby has highlighted, also with Festus, I will say that a real change start with us, start with individual efforts, and also it start with a few individuals who have been enlightened, and also have those who have information, and the few who we have information, we need to share the information to others, to empower the others, especially the youth, so that we can join hands together and stand for something. Also, we can start with just a single community outreach, or in my case, I can start with a campus initiative in my university. Also, I can also start with a social media campaign, so that I can reach I can raise my voice as an ordinary voice to the to the people in the community who don't have voices. With that consistent, and when they see results, I'm sure others will like to join. When they see the results, they will support the small groups which we raised our voices, and we saw challenges, and we had the chance to solve them. And also getting opportunities out there through voluntaries, through partnership with other organization. My effort will be seen, and it will drag others to come as one, and we move and make a difference in our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rex. I like the fact that you use the term influence. Currently, something that is actually coming out in a global, in our global village, is the fact that we have influencers, individuals who influence us, do something through marketing of agency staff, products, and all sorts. So Mr. Rex is talking about what if you become an influencer, but influence through the use of your ordinary voice, through the use of your social media, and through the use of small groups, influencing them to do positive by showing them results of your voice and results of your work. So thank you very much. That's wonderful. And I like the fact that you use the term influence. Influencing is something that we really relate to in the current day time. So it's something that will really work for young individuals to participate in and collaborate and bring about sustainable development in different arenas. So I appreciate that very much. Before maybe I give the mic to our host, I want us to give us a summary when it comes to your thoughts about SDG 17, and maybe your parting shot and a call to action for youth and anybody out there to bring about sustainable development in their own capacity. What would you, as Mr. Rex, Mr. Festus, as well as Ambassador Ruby, tell those people outside there who are listening to us that maybe by doing this, you will add value to SDG 17 and add value to yourself and to our communities and so on and so forth? What's your parting shot and what's your call to action to them? Use a minute and tell us about that. Anybody can go?
Can I go?
Yes, sure.
Okay, no, thank you so much. This year, in July, the high-level political forum came together to talk about partnership for sustainable development goals at the Economic and Social Council. And the theme was transformation, equity, innovation, and coordinated action for sustainable development goals. And there were only 36 countries that participated in that out of the 165 countries that we have. So my point is we need each and every country to participate, to show us the progress that they are making, what solutions have they found, which we can adapt. Because at the end of the day, when there is no data to show progress, improvement, it is very difficult to really measure how these sustainable development goals are moving. Already, we are 4 years to 2030, and there is very, very slow progress that has been made. Why? Because not every country is present, not every country is giving the initial money or funding that is needed. For example, every year 5 billion is needed just for stimulating SDG goals. And we still need 5 to 7 trillion annually to ensure that we meet our SDG goals. Because remember, if we can't meet these goals, then we are lacking behind in ensuring the Agenda 2030, for example. And without financial stability, it becomes very difficult to implement the SDG goals. And this has become even more difficult. Why? Because financial stability in every country is becoming fragile due to, if I can talk about COVID-19, you saw what happened during COVID-19. If we do not all come together and ensure vaccines are given to each and every country, then we are not helping each other, because that showed us how partnership can work. But we are looking at 1.4 trillion in debt restructuring for many countries in Africa. And how do we ensure progress through trade, through development, for example, and ensuring that all stakeholders participate, because we have to make significant progress, especially for the vulnerable people in our community, in order to ensure that we're not leaving anyone behind, because every life matters. Their rights are important. Their stability is important. And that is why SDG goals is very crucial for each and every country to implement and ensure that their community, their people in their country have basic rights that they can still enjoy through the SDG goals, through promoting innovation, through promoting trade, through promoting development, through promoting youth voices, because youth voices are the ones that will speak the information on the ground, not a member of parliament who will sit in the parliament and say what is needed, but the youth in the community will bring he'll bring the issues, he'll bring the solutions, and those will be implemented at grassroots level, not at national level. So that is why we need to ensure that everybody comes and we're all in the same starting line, to make sure that SDG goals are beneficial for every individual, regardless of your race, regardless of your political affiliation, regardless of your geopolitical affiliation. SDGs should benefit everybody. So that is my message. And let us use our voices. It's ordinary voices that make impact. I'm here today because I raise my voice to champion SDG goals, to champion climate action, and you can do the same. So let us put our efforts together. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Ruby. Let's appreciate her. She really gave us a very heavy, let me put it like that, fighting shot as well as call to action. What I loved most about that is that she said there's need for benchmarking. And in this kind of benchmarking, there's need for data. Data is only sought and gotten when countries come together, participate, give us things that they are doing on their side that are working for them, and maybe it is replicated in a different nation, maybe it works and it moves us towards sustainable development. She really called upon the use of your voice as well as participating individually at grassroots level, national levels, to bring about influence and eventual sustainable development. Also key to this sustainability in terms of development is the fact that resources is important, and it can only be achieved when we participate, collaborate, and pool resources together. So I appreciate that, and thank you very much. Mr. Festus and Mr. Rex, who would like to go next? Let's use a minute so that we don't go beyond our time. So you're welcome both.
Okay, I think I'll go first, then Rex may be coming after that. SDG 17 is very important. And I think the other SDGs really cannot be there if the last one is not available. So then the 17th one is the most important one, because it captures everything and puts it in one place. So for my take, I think as the youth, as Ambassador said, you realize that we do not have love amongst ourselves. And love is very important for our countries as well. So the youths need to champion for that. When we come together, we do great things together. And just like she said, out of 100 over countries, only 30. That shows that there's something that we need to change. And I believe when we get these opportunities to be sharing out our views and to be sharing out our ways of thinking, we are going to move a mile ahead, and we're going to become better people, we are going to become better nations, and above all, the world is going to become a better place for each and everybody. Nobody should be left behind, and if that is to happen, then we need to work together. We need to work together in love, and I believe when we do that, then the world definitely is going to be a better place for each and every one of us without leaving anybody behind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Festus. He really talked about the importance of SDG 17 and the fact that without that, the rest cannot be achieved. Thank you for highlighting that part, and also emphasis on the fact that we need to care for one another and love one another to move forward without leaving anyone behind. Thank you. We appreciate you for that. Mr. Rex.
Okay, thank you. To finalize on the importance of SDG 17, as we can say, I can say that SDG 17 goal is so unique because it supports all other SDGs goals, and a major the major pillar of all the SDG is finance, and finance is all brought with a partnership where countries with strong systems support the other developing countries, also those with better health facilities give out ideas to the developing countries, which we learn from other countries, and all this is brought by partnership. To finalize on that, all I can say, no country, no organization, or individual can achieve sustainable development alone. It all needs with us being together, working together, sharing our ideas, sharing our challenges, so that we can get permanent solutions for all the challenges. And this is all brought with partnership. So we need to work together within our communities, with our government, within our border countries, and also with international bodies or other countries, so that we can build more sustainable impact in our countries and in our communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rex. I may not be able to echo all that you said, but I believe you emphasized the importance of SDG 17, as well as the key role being finance and partnership, and the emphasis that sharing of these resources or pulling them together through partnership, it is what is going to move us forward. Thank you very much. Before we move to the next segment, that is a short presentation of our campaign that is new, and I'll give that opportunity to Mr. Peter to take us through just a use of a few minutes. I want to acknowledge a few of us who have joined us online and following the discussion. Victor, Joy, and there's also a sport academy. What's the name? Star Heart Sport Academy that is with us and following the session. We appreciate you and would like to engage with you in the future and maybe collaborate in doing things. Thank you very much for your audience and for being part of this discussion. This segment will be about an introduction of a new campaign that Global Youth Forum is doing. And the best person to take us through this, which is a short segment of presentation, is Mr. Peter. Please stay with us if you can, so that you'll be able to get more information on the same. Mr. Peter, you are welcome.
I'm trying to look keenly if I can see everybody here. But I've been trying to listen to Rex, to Festus, and to Ambassador Ruby. You guys, I think we need to organize a conference, a pure conference where you guys become the panelists. Because when Festus spoke about, only we want to trust the people from Europe, the people from America, but within our own grassroots, we don't trust each other. We don't want to volunteer. We don't want to do things. We don't want to learn. But somebody pops up from Europe or from America, then we are all running in there. But then you get into what Ambassador Ruby told us, the data that Festus is talking about, the partnership that Mr. Rex is stressing, for them to deliver the real impact, we have to identify that from the grassroots. Now, I want to ask you a quick question before I get into this, my short presentation. I want to ensure I set my timer after you answer this simple question. Question 1 is, do you think, you can take 5 seconds to respond, by the way, do you think the setup of our universities is in a way that it can help the students after they graduate get a job or create their own jobs? Yes or no, and why? Rex, go for it. Ralia, you as well, you can chime in. I know you've been our guest, but you can chime in as well. Rex, get us started.
Thank you. I can say yes, and this is all brought with partnership. I emphasize again partnership. Like for me, being involved with this engagement, it all brought with the organization which came to our school, introduced them, talked about it, and I heard about it, and I wanted my voice to be heard, and through them, it really helped me out. So yes.
All right. Festus, your view. Yes or no, and why in 10 seconds?
Yes. It's good because that is an investment in the university level. It's an investment for you to go to school, and after that, come back with solutions that are going to be needed for the community. So it's a yes for me.
All right. Ralia, I finally find chance to ask you a question as well. You've been asking us a lot of questions. Ralia.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity and also for turning the tables on me. But again, my question is two-sided. I can say it's a yes and a no at the same time. It's a yes because it does give you education, remove that aspect of ignorance for you to learn about a certain aspect of your choosing when it comes to the sector or the study that you chose. But again, it doesn't give you that 100% opportunity to go and get jobs with it outside, because much of what we get to study at the university doesn't give you the life skill that is actually needed out there. Yeah. The training that you need when it comes to getting the job out there. You might go to the university, let me use an example of maybe an arts or education sectors and all that, and get to learn about that. But if you're not taught about how to put yourself out there when it comes to how would you like express yourself through writing, when it comes to your CV, cover page, when it comes to branding yourself online, offline, how to express yourself verbally in terms of when interviewed, how would you express yourself? Because all those things is not something that is taught in the classrooms in the universities, but it's something that you actually require for you to get that particular job. So for me, it's a yes and no at the same time.
A forum is coming your way, my friend. Just get ready to be guests and be ready to defend your answers. So I got a quick presentation here for you, but this presentation is much of purely what like Global Youth Forum is doing in relation to like ensuring that what we get you guys to do can actually lead to results. And I'm glad Festus is here, and Festus has been a bit consistent on this upcoming championship. So I want to give you a rough idea and just you think around it. Oh, I did not set my timer, by the way. So I know I want to take 4 minutes. That is exactly what I want to take. I want you to imagine you are taking a degree course at the university, a degree course in business. But when you graduate, the university have a fund that the potential ideas that can employ the whole class is available. If you guys see what I mean. You take a degree course in university. When you finish, there is a fund that the top 3 best ideas that can employ the whole classroom is available. Now, Global Youth Forum has got a 30 days World Football Day challenge. So every single year, the FIFA has the World Football Week that happens between 21st to 25th of May. As Global Youth Forum since 2015, we've hosted 16 football championships from across 6 counties in Kenya, engaging 170 football teams and 64 corporate companies supporting us. Now, because all of you have been talking about the Sustainable Development Goal, if the current trend persists, I want you to imagine 590 million people living in extreme poverty. And you can imagine what this results to. And first as you are coming from another county. So there was a person who took her life away after applying for 500 jobs. And what poverty can lead to is these issues of suicide, issues of drug and substance abuse. You can talk about mental health. You can talk about all the issues that poverty can bring. With Intercounty Football for the Goals Championship, we bring 34 football teams, 17 male and 17 female, each defending their sustainable development goal with an aim of supporting their team members get a job or secure a job. And I know Festus have worked about a number of things and he can testify on what the journey has been. It is not easy. Just like Festus said, people want money or people want good life, but until you expose them to what that good life looks like, and you realize they are not ready to put in the work, but they want the good life, you realize, oh, the world can be really, really difficult. So with the 30 days challenge, we are aiming to set a Sports for SDG fund. First, as there is a grand prize for the tournament. So we want to open this grand prize for the tournament for all the teams, for all the Molding for Work students, and even partners who take part to apply when we open it, with an aim of selecting top 3 initiatives that can help us eradicate poverty in 340 households in every single county. So Cheza na Kakitu means each and every person out there keen on eradicating poverty can join the campaign by donating either 10 bob, 50 bob, 60 bob. Because this year's target, we are just starting. It is just even we are doing it for fun. If people donate, if they don't donate, none of our business. But people head on to our pay bill and then they donate. How these funds will be used? Obviously, that is how you can donate. You use M-Pesa if you want to donate either your skills, you want to volunteer, you want to support other people. Please, it doesn't have to be financial, but do you want to support our young people, get a job, create a job, earn income, and live better lives? How the funds will be used? 60%. We want to ensure that goes to the selected programs. 30% towards the covering the costing of the tournament, and then 10% for our Trees for Peace, Trees for Food challenge. Those who take part, we have a draw where we will pick the draws at random. You get a billion signature ball. Felix, you will like that one. I know, Festus, you will like that one. Obviously, Rex as well. Rally, I don't know which sport you play. You get a t-shirt like the one I'm having. And then there is a mug on there. Meaning you get a mug like that. But the bigger point on this one is this. The top 5 donors, we want to form a team that can vet this project. As they say, you put your money where your mouth is. So we are not just going out there and appointing people to be part of it. You donate because you care about it. Then we give you a chance to be part of the board and decide which project we select. And purely that is how it looks like. So with that then said, I can pause there and then leave it to you, to Ralia, meaning back to you, Ralia, if you like. I've done my presentation. If out there and keen to join the Cheza na Kakitu campaign or the 30 Days World Football Day Challenge, please welcome. But Ralia, back to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Peter, for that. It's a wonderful presentation. It's also intriguing, I can say, because like you said, first, to the opportunity of participating in the campaign and also maybe volunteering in different capacities to make this a success, because of it all, if my initiative or your initiative is not the one that gets, another one will get, and it will still something that we are looking forward to bringing about development in our nation as a whole. So I really like this, and I am ready to participate in Cheza na Kakitu campaign in different capacities that I'll express behind the scenes. So thank you very much, and I also welcome our guests and our listeners. Like I can see my classmate Buei is around, James. Hi, shout out to you and all others who have joined us online to listen and participate.
And by the way, I welcome, I think if you have 3 more or 2 more minutes, I do welcome questions, by the way, from Mr. Rex or any person joining in or anything you might want to know. So yeah, I'm open to question if there is any. If there is none, obviously we are always available at Global Youth Forum.
Evita says she's ready to participate in Cheza na Kakitu campaign. Welcome, Evita. Any questions, any comments about our last presentation about Cheza na Kakitu or the whole of Global Youth Forum or Ordinary Voices is welcome. If everyone is satisfied, no question, no comment, give me a thumbs up before we close our session for today. As we do that, maybe my call to action and also parting shot is one, appreciation for all of you for participating online, as well as being present in person in this discussion, being our guest and being there to comment and help us. Thank you very much. My call to action is, just as we've participated in this session as far as discussion is concerned, let's also go out there and act using our voices and do something if we can. So thank you very much. And we are all free to exit. Thank you, Bue and Evita. They said the session was nice. Thank you. And we hope next time